Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. We are officially streaming. Let me set up the rest of it. Change my mandatory informations. It is Luminalia Day 7, and it is December 18th. Today we're definitely going to go over Day 7's little gift thing for Luminalia. And then we have a few topics to talk about. I think the Guardian has pretty much left the station as far as like information. Oh, that rhymed. uh, yeah, so I think we could talk a little bit more about that. And then I have some things I want to talk about as far as like what I think is about to happen as far as today and the rest of the week. So let's see what we can pull off here. All right. What is my cheapest ship? My cheapest ship is either the Rock or the X1 Force. Right now I could probably use the X1 Force a little bit more because I have multiple mining ships. But I don't really. We'll figure that out. We'll figure it out. All right, let's get our chat. What's up, Citizen Ninja? What's up, Blackwater? And where's my Twitch chat? Oh, it's already out. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Make sure you get your questions in. Happy holidays, everybody. What's up, Damon Donaldson? Krivicus, what's up, Syndicate? Oh, I need my YouTube live stream. That's what it is. And now we are prepared to go forth and look at the Luminalia gift for today. Lunch place lurking. That's what I like to see. Shout out to the dual streamers. I see we already got people dual streaming. We started 3 minutes ago. Already got dual streamers. Love to see it. All right, let's go and take a look at this Luminalia thing. Let me set it up. Bam and bam. All right, Luminalia 2954. We're going to look at day 7. Do our daily checks to make sure there's nothing crazy out here. This is what we came here for, but we check every day, regardless of whether we actually think anything will change. I don't think anything will change, but we check just to make sure nothing has changed. I got my bomber jacket. I'll be wearing it at least for part of the stream that I'll be doing on Friday. If you're not subscribed to Info Runners, you're going to want to check that out because I'm going to be doing some major work over on the Info Runners channel on Friday. So definitely, I'll let that sizzle in your spirit. But yeah, nothing new today. Shout out to who was it? I think it was Loomzillion. Loozillion or something like that. They hooked us up with the holiday referral program thing. They used our code. So That means we'll be able to give away an extra ship next month. So stay tuned for that. And yeah, I mean, we always are giving away extra ships anyway, but like this makes it to where now it doesn't like have to come out of my pocket so much. This saves me like $35 on the ship that I give away. All right, so let's see. All right, day 7. We got skins for the Ursa, the Deck the Hull and Ice Break paint. Ooh, I think I like both of them. The white and blue is a little different. The green reminds me of the paint that you get for Stella Fortuna, which is crazy because I just had to get rid of my Stella Fortuna Ursa to do the Nomad upgrade thing. So this is like perfect timing because now I'll have that green skin that's similar enough. Like I like the greens, the Ursa Fortuna skin, but I think this is close enough to where I won't miss it that much. So that's cool. I think a lot of people have medical Ursas, so this will end up being like a very common thing that people use. But yeah, that's it. That's it for Luminalia. Not much there. It's really just a daily, let's see what we got type of thing. Four 4.0 dropping tomorrow, huh? I would be surprised if it didn't drop tonight. I would want it to drop tonight. Or very early tomorrow morning. But I think it would make more sense for it to drop tonight because that gives them 24 hours for people to hop on and play. And then tomorrow they can crunch the data and then see what needs to be fixed. And then that gives them all of Friday to actually fix all the problems that they can before going on break. And then they could just take the weekend going into the holiday weekend. They could take that all the way off and just be done. So yeah, what's up Ethnification? What's up Sudopian? What's up Panzer? Yep, early on Wednesdays. That's the deal. So because there's people watching all over the world, there's people, in South America, there's people in Europe, there's people in, I actually have a few people that watch from Japan and stuff like that. So I try to make sure that I have like the later night stream, then the early evening stream, and then the like early day stream. It was actually supposed to start streaming at 12 today, but I slept in. we tend to do that sometimes. Yes, I did finish all of the Save Stanton missions. Thanks to people like Blue 4 and 10 and Darsh and Monk. Like so many people that helped. And Den. Yeah. So many people that helped me get those things done. So I got my Ardor weapons. I actually need to log in and apply those things. Basically, I just need to log into the game and go purchase a bunch of weapons. But at the same time, I'm like, I might as well just wait for 4.0 now because I'm going to go and find all these weapons and stuff and then they're just going to get wiped. So there's no point in me doing it right now. All right, everybody, get your questions in. Get your questions in. There's not a lot of people in right now. Not even a lot of people doing the dual stream thing. But shout out to the people that are. But I just want everybody to be able to get as many questions in as possible. This will be an hour-long stream, so we're gonna be able to answer a lot of questions. But while you guys get your questions in, I have something I want to talk about. All right, so this Guardian, right? So I've been talking to a lot of people about this Guardian, and it seems like there is going to kind of be a shift in what a lot of people think about this how much money that CIG makes. So right now they're, I think, 7 million below their goal. But you also have to remember that there's at least 4 ships that they could announce when 4.0 comes and start selling when 4.0 comes that could push them, that could make that 7 million up. So, for instance, the Guardian, which is the one I want to talk about, I know a lot of people who are planning on buying a Guardian. Like, there's people who have already like started moving things around and have already decided which ship is going to take its place and have already started saving their money for it. So I think the Guardian's going to sell a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if they pull in a whole million just off the Guardian alone. Lady J Charmaine is raiding? What's up? What's up, Raiders? I don't think I'm part of your channel. So I'm gonna go and do that right now. What's up, Raiders? We're just talking about Star Citizen. Just talking on this one. That's really what we do here. You ask questions, I answer them. If you haven't heard, I'm Billionaire Ninjas. I've done the whole review every ship thing, in every ship in Star Citizen. So if you're wondering why people ask me questions, that's why. But I don't know anything more than anybody else. We just like to talk about ships around here. So shout out to Lady J Charmaine. Let me go follow your channel. All right. So if you're just joining, we are talking about Star Citizen, and we are simply just talking about the spaceships in Star Citizen. The funding goal, I think if they even get close, they don't even have to get to like 150 million or anything like that. If they even get close to the record year they had last year, then I think it's a success. Yeah, so I'm not even worried about them hitting that because there's so many people that I've talked to that are definitely buying the Guardian. Now, some of those might be melting, and you said the leaks on the Space Wolf? What is that? I don't know. What's the Space Wolf? No, I haven't seen that. I think there's I would love to hear more about it though. It sounds interesting. Yep, nope. Still live, Drunken Citizen. Drunken Citizen helped out with the save stand missions as well. So very cool stuff. Oh, you said the Guardian. Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. I was saying that the Guardian, Shimpasta, I was saying that the Guardian, I think, is what's going to kind of bring the numbers up for Star Citizen's money making. So I think I don't think they'll beat last year's. Thank you. I don't think they'll beat last year's revenue, but I do think they'll get close. And okay, so if they had a record year, what's up, Disarray? If they had a record year, right, and then they don't need to have a record year every year to be super hyper profitable, right? They only need to perform well. right? And I think performing close to your record year is performing well, right? So the way that, people who are, uh, I wouldn't say like stock owners, but people who are invested in Star Citizen, they want to see you they want to see you in the black, and they want to make sure that you're constantly making money to the point where not only you can cover all of your overhead, but you can also, bring in a massive amount of profit. And that's what they're doing. So it's not whether they're not like anywhere near close to going out of business or anything like that. It's really just, can they have another record year? I don't think they'll have a record year, but I do think they'll come very close to a previous record year. So I think that's still good news. I think the Guardian is going to bring them up about 1 million. And then I don't know what else they're going to release, but considering the Guardian is the only ship that really has like massive leaks and stuff, I'm thinking that's going to be the big one that comes out. But I was hoping they'd do 2 or 3 ships that would come out with 4.0. What's up, 10? You said seeing me everywhere today? Where was I at today? Oh, wait. Are you talking about Shem? Oh, you're talking about Shem. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Where else was I at? Northern Tech Hermit. What's the best ship starter package? The best ship starter package right now is definitely the Intrepid. I'm not a huge fan of the Intrepid. I think it's overpriced. But because of that specific starter pack, I think, yeah. That starter pack is probably one of the best starter packs out right now, because you get the game, you get the game, you get a skin now, and you get, I hope it's still available. But yeah, that thing is great. It's like you're paying $20 for the ship. And then if you don't like it, it replaces your other starter pack that you have, so you can melt the other starter pack, unless it comes with Squadron 42. If it has Squadron 42 in your other starter pack, don't melt it. But yeah, then you can upgrade and get that other one. Yeah, the Super Hornet Mark II might come, and I know there's people there. That was like one of the primary Hornets that people were waiting for. Like, there's the people who don't have the F7A, where a lot of them were waiting on the Super Hornet Mark II. And some people are going to get both, because there's people who love all of the Hornets and like want to collect them all, Pokemon syndrome. So yeah, don't sleep on the amount of money that can still be made once 4.0 launches. Not to mention, there might be a ship sale that comes with 4.0 with some decent CCUs. So again, don't sleep on the amount of money they're going to raise. I would say they're going to finish this month. I think they're going to make like $3 million more before the month is over. I think they'll miss their last year's record by about 4 million. Thank you, Panzer, for my daily reminder to tell everybody, make sure you hit that like button if you're watching, because that does help the channel. And we got a lot of people watching on Twitch, so shout out to everybody watching on Twitch, because we are trying to grow our Twitch channel. And shout out to the dual streamers, everybody watching on YouTube as well. Make sure you're leaving comments. Don't just lurk, because if you lurk, you won't have a chance to win our prize. We want you to be able to win the prize on YouTube, which is ship skin, and then the prize on Twitch, which is a C8R we're giving away this month. What's up, Ubo? All right. Get those questions in. Get those questions in on Twitch. I know you guys are going to go to an ad, so type those questions in real quick so I can answer them when you get back. Let's see. I didn't know we were calling the Guardian the Space Wolf. Where do we get that name from? I like it. What's up, Ristal? MK Porter, I still owe you your ship. Let me do that right now, actually. Oh wait, we didn't talk about which one you want. MK, send me which skin that you want on on Discord so I can send you your skin, because I didn't know which one you wanted. That's why I hadn't sent it yet. So just send me a private message on Discord, and then I will send your skin today. Any skin that's available on the website right now. Oh, because of the Airwolf commercial. Yes. Okay, that makes sense. My bad. My bad. I don't know why I didn't catch that. So I don't think I've ever actually seen the Airwolf thing. What is that from? I think it's from a TV show, but I don't think I ever saw that TV show. Was it before my time? I do know two of the actors from that show. Oh, yes, this was definitely before my time. So I was not born in 87. So yes, this was before my time. But I do know the actors. Actually, I think I might know three of the actors from this. What do I know? Jan Michael Vincent. Where do I know Jan Michael Vincent from? Jan Michael Vincent. Where do I know you from? Maybe I don't know Jan Michael Vincent. I feel like it was a TV show. Nash Bridges. That's where I know Jan Michael Vincent from. I know them from Nash Bridges. They were on an episode of Nash Bridges, which I'm a 90s kid, so yes, I've seen episodes of Nash Bridges. I know Ernest Borg. I think it's Borgnini. I don't think it's Borgnine. I think it's Borgnini, if I'm saying it right. Because Ernest Borgnini, if you didn't know, who was on Airwolf, was also the voice of Mermaid Man on SpongeBob SquarePants before he passed. He lived a long life, 95 years old, but yeah, he was in the military too. I think he got like a Bronze Star. Yeah, I think he was. Yeah, he did a lot. He was in a lot of stuff though. He was in so many things. Like he was in ER. He was in Seventh Heaven. He was. Oh man. I think he was like even Pinky and the Brain's father in like an episode or something like that. He was in a bunch of stuff. Alex Cord. I don't know if I know Alex Cord. Nah, I don't think I know Alex Cord. He looks familiar though. And Gene Bruce Scott was in Magnum PI and Knight Rider. So even though those shows were also before my time, I am fully aware of those because my dad made me watch those. So I did get to see those. And I also think they were in Saint Elsewhere. So there's that too. A bunch of shows actually. Man, there was another show too, but I can't remember the name of the other one. But anyway, enough of the stuff. I'll probably go and watch a few trailers for Airwolf and then watch maybe a few episodes. Because I did hear that there was like a Magnum PI crossover with that or something. So, but maybe that never actually happened. I don't know. What else we got, folks? Oh crap! I missed all of this. Sally, what is that? Sailcat? Sailcat for the win. What is that? 11 subs? Holy crap! Holy crap! 11 subs on Twitch. Shout out to Sailcat. So if you're watching, Citizen Ninja, you got the sub. Cell 81469, Commander Reaper, Ostentatious One, Delenium HD, Arcane, C Duty, Kitty, Doc Yeet, and Tenpathy. All got subs, gifted subs from Sailcat. Shout out to Sailcat. No, I was not born yet in 87. Close, but no cigar. But no, I am one of the few people that is my age, and I know a lot about 80s TV shows and some of the even some 70s TV shows, but mostly 80s TV shows and 90s TV shows because of my dad and like the way that I was as a kid. So like my dad would be like he would leave all of his like VHS tapes in the basement, and like he would be like, just go hang out in the basement whenever he was doing like work on the house and stuff. And so he would send me downstairs in the basement, and I would just be down there watching like whatever, like stuff that I shouldn't be watching, but also stuff that I should. And I just got exposed to a lot of stuff. Like I saw like 50 episodes of Matlock because of that. Like I wasn't even born when Matlock was super popular. So it's just I'm just saying I've seen a lot of stuff from the 80s. You had a Hot Wheels Airwolf model? Oh wow, that is awesome. That is awesome. Wait, I broke the Twitch hype train record? I didn't even know that was a thing. That is awesome. I didn't even know that they kept record of that. That is awesome. I did not watch the Battlestar. I actually, this is one of my nerd shame moments. I have never seen Battlestar Galactica. It is on my list. I also have to watch a lot of episodes of the original Star Trek. I've only seen Generations and hold on. And even then, I haven't seen all of them. I've only seen Next Generation, and I've seen some of Deep Space Nine. I think I've seen a few episodes of Voyager too, but I've never actually watched the original Star Trek. So I want to. Some of this stuff though it takes a long time to get through. So like, you know, and I've watched a lot, but like Doctor Who, I've been trying to catch up on. That show, it has so many seasons. Like it's just there's not enough time in the day to watch it all. If you didn't grow up with it. So before I watch the remake, I want to watch the original. Oh, thanks, Blackwater. Blackwater gifted a sub to Great War. Wow, you guys are doing awesome in this stream. This is intense. I love this. What's up, Blue 4? Hype train, hype chests. It's all happening. That is awesome. Let's see. Farscape. Okay, I gotta put that one on the list. I haven't heard of Farscape. 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 Oh, this is Australian. Okay. Somebody give me a second on Farscape. Is Farscape really good? Because I only got so much time. I need to know it's good before I hop into another one. Shout out to the dual streamers. I see a lot of people dual streaming right now. Much appreciation for the dual streamers. Make sure if you have questions, you put question in front of the question so I could pull the question out. Make sure if you're lurking, you leave at least 2 comments so that you can qualify for our giveaway. We're giving away a C8R on Twitch, and we're giving away a skin on YouTube. Okay, and Andromeda, Stargate SG1 I did see. Oh, Jim Henson did Farscape. I did not know that. Okay, very cool. Let's see. I'm making people feel old. That is not my intention. I assure you that I am a middle-aged man. I'm not old. I'm not young, but I'm getting there. That's the best I can say. Let's see. Yeah, I think 4.0 is going to come with a sale. I would be shocked, especially if they have the chance at hitting a record, which I don't think they'll make 7 million from it. But I do think they could make like 3 or 4 million, especially if they have 3 or 4 new ships. Let's see. Escape from New York. Oh yeah. Yeah, I forgot. So, I think Escape from New York, that might have been like one of the first ever films that I saw that I wasn't supposed to see, cuz I don't think I've seen that since like 93. And I think I was like 5 years old when I watched it. I had no idea what I was watching. But I watched it. And the crazy part is, it was like in the future. So it was like I think it was like 1980 or 1981 when it came out. And it was about like the setting was 1988, even though it came out in 1980 or whatever. But the setting was 1988. But then it went in the future to 1997. But I was watching it in 93. It was very weird. I remember at 5, I think I was like, I was like aware enough to know I was watching a movie. I just didn't understand all the high political stuff. But I knew that the timeline was throwing me off. Yeah. And I'm pretty sure Escape from New York is where I'm pretty sure that's where they got the name for Solid Snake on Metal Gear, right? Like, I'm pretty sure that was the whole thing. That's how it was, like Snake Plissken and Iroquois Plissken and all that. So yeah, a lot of stuff that coincides with video game stuff there. It's Borg 9? Borg 9? I thought it was Borgnini, my bad. I've seen him in a bunch of stuff, though. Battle Gosh, I've heard so many good things about Battlestar Galactica. I have at least 50 shows on my watch list, though. And I'm only middle-aged. I haven't had 50 years on this planet yet to watch all of the things. So I have to take my time. I also have a family that I'm sure enjoys my company occasionally. But if I went to the basement, I could knock it all out. But I have a job and things like that. I make videos occasionally. But you're right. I do need to catch up on some stuff. Battlestar Galactica. I know some things about Battlestar Galactica that I probably shouldn't. Some stuff has been spoiled for me. But it is on my list. I am going to watch it. Greatest stories ever told, though. I love it. Tell them I'm busy. So you said stop. They need to quit calling them sales when they just allow you to buy ships. Well, I think the sale part is the war bond. I think those are the like the sale portion when they have war bonds. That's why when there's no war bonds, that's when it feels really weird when there's no war bonds. Because that's how you get all the discounts. All right, everybody. I'm getting a lot of people talking about these good shows, so drop a bunch of shows so I can add them to my list. We're 36 minutes in, so we got plenty of time. Also, make sure you're dropping those questions. Put question in front of it so I can grab your questions out. What else we got? Let's see. I do think there will be a sale. I think there'll at least be 1 or 2 CCUs there. And I'm hoping they're in the... What do I need? Let me look at my fleet real quick. What do I need? Oh, no. I need some $100 CCUs in the $100 to $200 range. And I need some in the upper $200 range, like $250 to $300. Yeah, that'll close out most of my CCU chains. There's only like 2 very big ones I'm waiting on. I have enough, though, to close out all of my CCU chains. I can close them all out right now, but I think I can save probably $15 on 3 of these. I could save like $15 on 4 of those. And then I could probably save $20 on 3 of these, and then more than $20 on 3 of these. So yeah, I could probably save like $200 or so. So yeah, I'm gonna sit on those because if I can save $200, I'm gonna save $200. How do you think bathrooms will work in the future? Do you think flight suits will have a wet market if you can't make it in time? That would be hilarious. I think there'll be a hygiene factor, like the same way that you see like for when you have water and food, right? And it goes like 100%. So like after you take a shower and use the bathroom, wash your hands, etc., that will clean you. And then you'll have the same thing. It'll be like a 100% marker. And the 100% marker will, I think I gotta get rid of my pillow. Oh, I'm gonna drink my coffee here. Yeah. Holiday themed cup. Shout out to the wife for the holiday themed coffee cup. But yeah, I think you'll just have that. Like, so it would be, I guess, like right here on the screen, and you'd have the food, and then you'd have water, and then food, and then you'd have hygiene. And every time you wash your hands, it'll restore some of it. Every time you take a shower, it'll restore some of it. And every time you use the bathroom, I think it'll restore some of it. And I think each one of those things you do will restore some portion of it. But I don't know, because they might separate the bathroom usage into its own thing, and it might just be like you have to use the bathroom at some point. But I think what they'll do is it'll be like a thing that makes you have to choose like what you're going to do. It'll be something that keeps you from just going out and sitting in the middle of nowhere for forever. Because I think maybe once you do it, you get like a boon of some sort. Like maybe you are less susceptible to cold or heat or something like that. But maybe if you're dirty, it affects your health, and it affects the way people perceive you when you try to talk to people in the universe. Maybe certain mission givers won't even talk to you if you're too dirty. So like that's the idea I have in my head, but we'll see how it all works out. Okay, Lex. Okay, I got a few in here. Let's see. Do you think 4.0 will make the Hull C feasible? I think it'll make it work, but I haven't heard anything about the Hull C from 4.0. Is anybody playing 4.0 that knows whether they fixed the Hull C? I mean, right now it is kind of feasible now. Like you just have to, like if you look up stuff, there's certain things you can do with the Hull C to make it like work the way it's supposed to. And then like you can cancel out certain things when it's not working, like when you're doing docking and stuff like that. So there's workarounds to make it feasible now, but I hope that 4.0 makes a lot of things better. Skeleton Crew is on my list. I only watch Star Wars stuff with my daughter, so when she comes over, which I think she's coming over tomorrow, we'll start on Skeleton Crew because I have been hearing good things. But I was one of those people that thought the Acolyte was okay. I didn't love it, but seeing Darth Plagueis on screen, I mean, like that was incredible for me. And I did like the fight in the woods in the Acolyte, like the way, man, I can't think of what his name was, but the way the main villain was like wrecking all of the Jedi. Oh my goodness, that was incredible. So that's what I'm saying. Like I feel like there were parts of the Acolyte that were definitely terrible, and then there were parts of it that were incredible. And so yeah, I'm kind of middling on my take of that. But it's canceled, so it's like whatever. Include the railing on a sale. I would hope that they would do it. I just don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. They tend to do sales, I think, on ships that are available in game. Yes, I did get my Kraken during IAE. Yes, I am a Kraken owner. If you want, you can go check out my how to build a fleet video, which I normally do fleet videos. I did watch Fringe. I watched Fringe all the way through Ethnification, so I've seen that one. But if you watch my video on how to build a fleet, it's the first 30 minutes of it are how to build a fleet. And then the rest of the video is me going over every single ship in my fleet. So if you want to know all the ships in my fleet, I do have a video up for that. Sliders. Okay. I've heard of sliders. I've heard of sliders before. How much do I think the Guardian will cost? Now that I know it has an interior, I'm going to say it's going to be in the low 200s as far as war bond, and then mid 200s as far as credit cost. So I'm thinking it'll be, I'm going to say, just because I know CIG, I'm going to go with how much I think it'll actually cost, not how much I hope it will cost. And I'll say it'll be 230. I'll say it'll be 230 war bond, 250. Yeah, 250 for the credit cost. So if your hygiene goes below 35, then NPCs won't talk to you. Yeah, I could see that. Maybe it's not that they talk to you. It's maybe they're like less likely to go with whatever you're saying. So if there's some type of choice or something like that, maybe it hurts your reputation because you get to be known as stinky or something like that. Using the toilet isn't a hygiene issue. I hope it doesn't become a hygiene issue. Oh, I love it. Imagine if, like, because you need to use the bathroom, you're looking down a sniper rifle, scope, and you can't sit still because you got to go potty. That would be hilarious. Yes, I do have that Kraken. Man, it's so crazy because I stayed up till 3 a.m. to get it, and then they just sold it again at the end of the sale. And I was like, I didn't have to stay up till 3 a.m. to get this thing. And I got it in I thought it was like the last chance too to get it. So like the fact that they sold it again was like, oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, yes, I do agree that I think the Acolyte presented all the characters as fools, but I think if you go back and watch some of like Star Wars, because I'm rewatching Star Wars with my wife who hasn't seen it, and there were some very bad decisions on like Leia. Every single character in Star Wars has made some really bad decisions at one point or another. I think until you get to like, you know, no, every movie has some really bad decisions in it. So that I think that's what happens. But at the same time, like I said, I don't think The Acolyte was a great show. I just liked parts of it. I liked what they were trying to do with the convergence and the Force thing, but there was just some of it was really bad. Like the makeup on the guy from Game of Thrones was one of he was the Jedi who ended up getting upset and trying to break the girls out or whatever and messing up the mission. And the makeup they did on him when they were trying to show him as old was absolutely terrible. That wig was terrible. It was like, oh my God, this is so bad. But yeah. Also, as much as I like that actress, I don't think that was the right role for her. I just don't think she didn't bring believability to that role. I would have much rather seen her as like a new she was good in the like happy-go-lucky role, but she wasn't believable as the baddie, right? Like the villain. So it was only half believable, and I think that was where they started at, because she's more of the happy-go-lucky type of character. I would have loved to see her in like a video game or something like that, or its own series or something like that, separate, where it was just her being the good version. Let's see. Idiocracy. I've definitely seen Idiocracy. Terry Crews. That was my first introduction to Terry Crews. I want TP in the verse. We all do. I'm gonna TP everybody's ship. There's no more pad ramming. There's just TPing people's ships. We're gonna get out of our ship near the pads. Wait till people come out and take that. You cool looking 890 jump with TP on it. Imagine flying and you're getting ready to do a quantum jump and you just see some TP hanging off the side. I love it. I love it. A wiping mini game? Oh, I don't know about that. The Santak Yai is 240. So the Guardian, you're hoping for 220. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there's what I want it to be, and then there's what I think CIG will actually do. And every time that I've suggested a price being lower, they've beat it by at least $10. So what I would hope it actually would be for the concept sale, because I think concept sales need to be a lot cheaper than they have been, is I would hope that it would be like 180 and 200 at concept, and then they could up the price to 250 later. Because you're going to sell more ships at concept if you make it super cheap. Like, think about the fact that they had the Orion at what, 350? and now it's what, 700 or 750 or whatever, or 650. Like, if you can do that and have a $300-$400 discount on ships, I'm pretty sure you can do a $50 discount on ships for the concept sale. Starkiller, the dude that played Starkiller is getting older, so if they're gonna do it, they need to hurry up and do it. But I don't think they will. If anything, they'll have an older Starkiller. But I don't remember if Starkiller aged, because if I'm not mistaken, I don't. If you haven't played Jedi Star Wars Force Unleashed, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert. But I think Starkiller was a clone, if I'm not mistaken. So if he was a clone, I don't know if that type of clone ages. Because is it the same type of clone that stormtroopers are? Is it? Because I don't know. I don't know what type of clone he is. I don't remember enough. I think that game was like early 2000s, like 20 years ago. So. Oh yeah, TPing a 600i would make more sense since everybody thinks it looks like a bedpan. You think the Guardian will come out at 260 and go up to 300? I don't think it'll be 300 because the FAC is 300. And I think they want it to be, I think they honestly want it to be like one step below the FHC. Even though the FHC, like we were talking about last stream, isn't like a true heavy fighter, it's more of a like somewhere between a medium and heavy fighter. I think they want the Guardian to be one step below as far as cost. So at most, I would see it being 280. All right, Panzer, see you later. Let's see how much time we got on the stream. We still got like 10 minutes, so we're good. We got some time. Yeah, Guardian being more expensive than the Vanguard too. That's a really good point, JC. The Vanguard but the Vanguard has a range of prices though, right? So the Vanguard, like, I'm not a fan of the hoplite at all. So like, I don't even really count that one. But the Vanguard Sentinel, the Vanguard Warden, the Vanguard Harbinger, I don't think it'll be more expensive than the Harbinger. I don't see that happening. But I think 280 would be like the most I could see it being sold for. And the lowest I could see it being sold for is 200. But I think it'll end up like 230, 250, or 240, 260, something like that. BN, Billionaire Ninjas. BN is fine. A lot of people say BN. Info runners say billing. So, so Warden 260, Sentinel 275, Harbinger 290. That's what makes me think that it'll be 230 to 250 at concept. And then I think it can go up later once they figure out more about where it's going to fit. Because the Harbinger, Sentinel, and Warden still need some work done to those as well to get where they're going to end up. So I could see it going somewhere up to like 270, something like that. But I don't think it'll pass. I don't think it'll go past the Harbinger. Does my concierge top hat give me +5 charisma? To me, it does. To me, it does, Voodoo. Do you think the F8A will be an upgrade token like the F7A? I do. Now I do. Before the F7A thing, I would have thought it was its own ship, but now I think it'll just be an upgrade token. And I do think that's what we'll get. Now, I keep forgetting, but I'm supposed to go back and find out where they said you get the F8 or F8 upgrade or something. They said something about getting something as a reward for finishing Squadron, but I have to go back and find the video. But I could see that being a reward for finishing Squadron 42 as you get an F8A upgrade. Which would make sense for why they came out with like the F8X or something, because maybe that's like another thing. But I can't wait until they fix these concierge rewards, because now I'm going to get all of them except for one, because I don't think I'll be Legatus Navium or Navium. Was it Navium or Navium? I won't be Legatus. I won't be Legatus for at least 10 years. So, well, I won't say 10 years. Maybe like 6 or 7 years. But once you get all the way up to Praetorian and you only got that one level left, I think you're starting to worry about those concierge rewards, because you're like, man, because I'm gonna get them at the first level, the second level, the third level, the fourth level, and the fifth level. So yeah, that I would love to see the concierge rewards get better. I would love to see the subscriber rewards get a little better. The subscriber rewards aren't too far off. I just think they need the stuff that they give you in game should be worth the cost of your subscription. So if I have a $10 subscription, then give me $10 worth of stuff in game. You know, and if I have a $20 subscription, give me $20 worth of stuff in game. Because it doesn't cost you anything to just say, hey, person, you get this extra thing for helping support the game consistently. And then for concierge, it should be massive things. Like, it should be things that are extremely difficult to get in game, or things that apply to your ships that are extremely difficult to get in game. Like, maybe you get different colored weapons, right? Like, I don't want it to be like press this button to win or pay to win. You know, we already have enough pay to win in Star Citizen. I want it to be things that are really difficult to get, though. Like, one of the things I like is like the shark mouth scatter guns, right? You get those at the Praetorian level. I haven't used them yet, but the fact that there's like this black and red skin on the weapon, I think is really cool. And I would love to see more stuff like that. Like, they change the interior of some, like the ship interior changes colors, or you get overclocked parts for free or something like that. There's so many ways that they can do it. You get a different color glass on the front. Stuff like that. I can see so many ways that they could do it. You said the Guardian should be more than 240. Santok, probably more than a 260 Warden, so 275 might be the credit price, and maybe 250 War Bond. I could see that. I think 230 to 250, I think, still makes sense to me, just because I think the Warden being not a great ship, but a solid ship, I think they're not going to want to make it a direct competitor to the Warden, because it's two people. So I would say that they'd probably try to get it under that for the concept price, but it might end up being similar or even more expensive than the Warden when they up the price later. So we'll see. But that price range sounds good to me too. 250 War Bond, 275 credit. We're not too far off. Oh, let me go look at the loners. I haven't looked at the loner stuff. Oh, you said now where does the Inferno stand in this mess? It's not going to be great for a while. Remember when the Inferno was like the meta beast? Like, everybody was like, oh yes, the Inferno, it's so great. Like, and now it's just like, I got an Inferno. But yeah, let me go look at the Lonerships real quick. We got like 10 more minutes on the stream, so make sure you're getting those questions in. Make sure you put question in front of it. And Sailcat, I forgot, I didn't answer the other part of your question. You said, how often do I do game streams? So I don't really stream now. I don't stream gameplay right now. because I was waiting to get my sticks in order because I don't want the whole game stream to be you just watching me adjust my sticks. So I'm waiting until I get my sticks where they're supposed to be as far as all my buttons and stuff, and then I'll start streaming gameplay. And it's hard to do that when they keep changing the patches and they're adding new stuff to the game right now. So I would say expect that stuff to start like January, maybe February, where I'm actually doing consistent game streams. And then I'll try to do those. I'm probably going to move to a streaming every day schedule, but it'll be shorter streams, but we'll see. I have to figure that out, how that would work. But yeah, that's that. But yeah, let's look at some of these. I want to look at the lonerships. I think the last time they would have changed, though, would have been at the end of IAE, right? No, it says 8 days ago. Okay. All right, so how do I do this? Oh, let me show everybody what I'm doing on screen now that I know how to do that. All right, so Lonership matrix. All right, so we got, these are all the same. These are all the same. These are all the same. All the same. Nothing changing here. These are all the same. These are all the same. Let's see. Okay, so this one changed. So I don't like this one. I don't like the Ironclad Assault. I don't like that all you get is a Caterpillar. I think you should get a Caterpillar plus something. I would love for this to be, you get a Caterpillar and a Corsair for the Assault, and then I would love it that you get a Caterpillar and a Cutlass Black for the base Ironclad. So I would love to see that. But again, I think when they do loaners, it's not about what ship would add up to how good your ship is. I think it's more about what ships they want you to use so they can get data for them. Javelin, you get a Polaris and an MPUV cargo. I think you should get more than that because look at what you get for the Kraken. The Javelin is obviously more expensive than the Kraken, but look, hold on, let me zoom in, my bad. I didn't know if you guys could see that. But look at what you get for, how does this make sense? For the Javelin, you get a Polaris and MPUV cargo. But then for the Kraken, you get a Hercules C2, a Caterpillar, and a Buccaneer. Like that, how does that make sense? Liberator, M2, and Super Hornet, that kind of makes sense. Legionnaire, the Hoplite, that makes sense because, but I think we'll get the Legionnaire in the first 3 months of, like that first quarter of January, so I wouldn't be too worried about that right now. But there was another one that changed. This one, the Nautilus, you get a Polaris and Avenger Titan. That's even better than what you get for the Javelin. And the Nautilus is a $725 ship. What else changed in here? The Perseus, again, Polaris and Vanguard Harbinger. Better than what you get for a Javelin. Makes no sense. Pioneer, you get a Caterpillar and a Nomad? That makes no sense. What? If anything, shouldn't you get a Carrack and a Nomad? Or a Carrack and a Caterpillar? That doesn't make sense to me at all. I don't think a lot of these other ones changed. Starlancer Tac, you get a Starlancer Max, that makes sense. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, just the Polaris stuff is really what gets me, and the fact that the Javelin people are getting, man, you guys are getting washed. Oh my goodness. You guys are getting washed. If you have a Javelin right now, you are not getting what you deserve. I would be highly upset. Yes, the Pioneer will get this Starlancer build when it comes out. I think that's the case. But even then, it should have the Starlancer build plus something. Like, if it was me, I would say you should get the Starlancer build. You should get the Argo CSV SM until that becomes the FM. And then you should get a Caterpillar. Like, you should get like 3 ships for that. The Pioneer is the capital. And I think every capital ship should get 3 ships as loaners to make up for the fact that you don't have it. Let's see. Yeah, grade A components for if you're in, well, grade A, I would like to see grade A components. I don't want those to be on the concierge though. I would want those to be, because I feel like that does give you better stats on your ship. I want it to be stuff that either takes you a long time to get, that they help you get faster, that doesn't drastically affect the game, like skins and maybe guns, like FPS weapons, but not like, you're not getting a weapon that's like way better than everybody else's, but maybe it's a weapon that that's more difficult to come by, or a version of the scope, or a version of something like, because I don't mind it being a little bit of extra stats to something, but it can't be something that like drastically favors the person who gets it. It would be cool if people could start with things as low as the pulse. I think a lot of people like to be crew though. From my experience, there are tons of people when I get on the game that are very willing to just hop on your ship and go. Now, this was even before I was a streamer and YouTuber, right? So even before that, I could see there was a lot of people that were always trying to find a ship to get on, or seeing if anybody had this ship so they could fly it and stuff like that. And the community's really good with that stuff. Yes, Mahi Mahi, you said, are they going to implement gear insurance? They have talked about it, and they said it is coming. They just don't know when. I think it was a 1.0 thing, or post 1.0 thing. They have already said the gear in your hangar will be available as blueprints from the get-go, so no researching. So yeah, I like that. You have some credits on a Perseus as a temporary Polaris until you decide what cap ship you really want. I like that. Right now, I'm thinking the Polaris is going to be my cap ship going forward, but I have to wait and see what they do with the Idris, because that's the only other one I want. But I refuse to get an Idris P or Idris K. Idris M or nothing. So I'll either have a Polaris or an Idris M. Those are the only two really on my radar right now, and at least until Anvil does something with the capital. What do you mean by give us SCU crates for free? Do you mean just like the ones that we, like every version of it? Every version of the SCU crate, so 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 24, 32? Yes, I do think that every level of concierge should get an atlas. That would be awesome. I think there's a few things you can do. Two Avenger Titans and a Polaris? I think so. I think if you angle them opposite to each other, I think you might be able to fit 2 in there, but I haven't tried it. I would also love to see like they could just straight up give you like low level vehicles, right? Like all the vehicles below the the $40 level, you know? Let me see here. Because we're talking about concierge level, so they could give you like stuff based on how much you've spent, right? So like I think every concierge level should get a PTV. Every concierge level should get a pulse, right? And then from there, you can say, okay, the hover quad is really only used for racing, so it's not really giving anybody an edge on anything. You could give people a hover quad. The Ranger RC, you could give to people because, again, it's only used for racing. It's not really giving anybody an edge on anything. Once you get to like maybe the second or third level, you can start giving people an Atlas, or you can give everybody an Atlas. Again, not helping anybody get a leg up on anybody else. And that's the stuff that I'm talking about. Like a lot of these vehicles you can just give because they're not giving people a leg up. It's just saying you don't have to purchase this thing anymore because you've already spent enough money on the game. Like the STV, the Dragonfly, the Mule, the Nox. I mean, maybe once you start getting an Ursa and stuff like that, maybe that's when you want it to be like the higher levels, like the 10,000, 15,000 and stuff like that. But once you get to Legatus, you should get your choice of one of these. You should get whatever you want out of here. Because you've spent 25,000 plus on the game. I think you should get everything. I was surprised there wasn't a new Legatus pack. Like, they could have upped the price to $50K and sold a new Legatus pack with all the ships in it. You got to remember that new Legatus pack, that a lot of it's just credits, right? But still, having every ship in the game. Another sip of the coffee. All right, we got to get close to ending this stream here. So shout out to everybody who's watching. I'm still gonna answer these questions, but I want to make sure I pick whoever we're jumping to. I do have the medical terrapin video is out, so go and check that out. I did my review on the medical terrapin, and I think it's a pretty good one. I think I really answered a lot of questions about the medical terrapin, so go check out my review on my channel on YouTube. And yeah, let's see who we're gonna raid, and then I'll answer the rest of these questions. Let's see. Let's do Arc VR. All right. All right, let me ask these or answer these questions, and then we can keep going. Shout out to Cody Fox, first time chat. If you think wondering if you think the Kraken will get its internal cargo transport system. I saw some streamers saying they think it's impractical. It's only impractical because we don't know what the internals of the Kraken actually look like. We only have, static drawings of it, but anything can be made to be practical. Yeah, I think I bought 4 Atlases as LTI tokens, and I've only been able to get rid of 2 of them. So, yeah. It's interesting that it ended up being this excellent thing when everybody kept saying it was overpriced, including me. I still think it was overpriced, but I also think that they made it a very good tool by getting rid of other good tools or making other tools that were useful less useful. So yeah, it's an interesting topic, I think. Yeah, I do think the Polaris should come with this. I think it should have a snub. The Polaris should come with a snub. I mean, the Carrack comes with what, a C8 and a Ursa, and it costs what, $300, $400 less. I would love for the Polaris to come with like its own snub. What snub would it come with though? I think it should come with a vehicle. I think it should come with an Ursa. It's an RSI ship. I think it should come with an Ursa. And I also think if you're not gonna give it both, what ship would I put in it though? I don't know what ship I would put in it. Cause like it would have to be, right? Like it would have to be an RSI ship, right? That's what would make sense. But then again, RSI has Kruger ships already. So what if they put a Merlin in there or an Archimedes in there? Because they already put those on the constellations. So I think that off the rip, that would make sense. What else? I wouldn't want an Aurora in there. Man, that's all I can really think of though. Maybe a Mantis. I could see that. I could see a Mantis, but that's kind of expensive to include. But yeah, I'd say it'd probably have to be Kruger ships. Maybe you get both. Maybe you get the Merlin and the Archimedes. That would be cool. That would be cool to see. A little Snubcraft in there. An F7? That's a lot of money to put in there. That's a lot of money. If the Polaris was over $1,000, I could see it coming with an F7. But just because they're just keeping it under there, I can see why they're not. Yeah, so I bought 4 of them, two of them as LTI tokens, so it wasn't really about like I couldn't do the protest thing because I really needed some LTI tokens because I had used all of my buyback LTI tokens except for one, which was really expensive. So yeah, I needed that. But I have like a $185 buyback for the Corsair, right? So that's like $60 savings right off the top, but it's a very expensive buyback, right? And also, I'm pretty sure if I play the CCU game, I can get a better buyback than that. Like I can get a better savings than $60 getting up to a Corsair right now. Like I could probably get a Corsair for $120 playing the CCU game rather than $185. So it's kind of one of those, I'll use it if I have to, but only if I need to buy some super expensive ship and I don't want to spend the time doing the CCU stuff to get to the $100 or the $260 mark or $250 mark. Yep, Atlas was definitely overpriced. Oh yeah, they could have just did a new fighter variant of the Aurora, or they could have just like, yeah, I mean, well, a variant of the Aurora would make sense too. It would fit in there. I don't know if it would come with the Hornet though. I think the Hornet is it's too expensive to have it included with the ship. That's the only thing that makes me think it wouldn't come with it. But you know what they could do? I think they could have had always available pack where you can get you can buy the Polaris with another ship and then it gets LTI. Because then you'll have people buying that just so they can get LTI on the Polaris, but then you get to sell this other ship as well. So like imagine them having like a $1,200 pack with both the F8C and the Polaris in it, right? But obviously in order to buy that pack, you still have to get the golden ticket thing so that, just to make it to where you still can't get an F8C without the golden ticket. And then, yeah, they would have sold a lot more F8Cs and a lot more Polarises because now my Polaris has LTI and my F8C has LTI. Or even the F7 or whatever it is, like stuff that stuff that is like where it's, you know, carrier based ships can come in the fleet. I just feel like they kind of flubbed that a little bit. 2 Furies and an Ursa, I could see that. I could see that too. Yeah, I can't wait until like I have my whole fleet. Like when we get to that point where I have like 8 people manning the Polaris, and then, you know, I can hop into the F8 that's in the hangar and pop out, blow some stuff up, come back, refuel, rearm, pop out, go out, blow some stuff up, come back, refuel, rearm, and then the whole time my crew is in the Polaris and they're like shooting and blowing stuff up too. And like I'm kind of like doing the battlefield management from the F8. Like, oh my goodness, it would be so crazy. I can't wait. I can't wait for that. Would you rather have an F7A or an F8C for a dogfight? Depends on what I'm fighting. If I'm fighting anything, if I'm fighting a medium fighter all the way up to like some of the smaller large ships, I'd rather have the F8C. But if I'm fighting medium fighter going down to like snub ships, I'd rather have the F7A, because F7A is more maneuverable than the F8C. But if it's a F7A versus an F8C, definitely the F8C. The only thing is, like, I think the F8C is still underbalanced. Like, I think the end where the F8C is going to end up, I think it's going to be even stronger than it is currently. And I think the F7A is in the same boat, where that's going to end up being stronger in the long run. They do have the Polaris and Scorpius pack? I didn't see that. Hold on, let me... I missed that. I missed that. I must have missed that Polaris and Scorpius pack. That's a good one though. I would have got that. If I was trying to get a Polaris, I definitely would have got that. As long as they both had LTI. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Blue 4, you're the official, as of right now, you're the official Billionaire Ninjas fighter squadron. Yeah, I checked the page, but I might have just been like skipping over packs, like and just going forward. I think I was so worn out during that time. I think I might have even talked about it on a video and just forgot. I might have even talked about it on a video and just forgot. Because those days were running together. IAE is always one of the most like intense times, because I'm trying to like give all my opinions about which ships people should purchase, and then it's long streaming, and then it's long video recording. Okay, nice. Okay. Yeah, the Polaris and Scorpius pack, that was the one to get. If you got an LTI, I'm glad you got that. All right, we got to end this stream, folks. So I'm going to run through these questions, get your final questions in, and I'm going to run through them, and then we're going to do our raid to Arc VR. All right, last few questions. Let's see. Metapin rocks? Yes, it does. Depending on what you need it for. Let's see. Mustangs in the Polaris? I can see it. I would prefer it to not be Mustangs, but I'm not a huge fan of the Mustangs, though. I like them. I'm just not a huge fan of them. Starlancer TAC. I think we'll get the Starlancer TAC in the next 3 months. I think it'll be with like a 4.1, unless they surprise us. But I would think it'll come with like a 4.1 patch. I think the F8C is actually slightly undergunned. I think the F8C should have 2 size 4s, 2 size 3s, and 2 size 2s. And I think that would have been better, or because you can't really do like 3 and 3 because, you know, like the weapon placement, unless you put one up top. So if it had like 3 at the top and 3 at the bottom, I could see it having like 3 size 4s and 3 size 3s or something like that. Because it's a heavy fighter. I just think it's slightly undergunned for that. Size 3s and size 2s just, it has a lot of guns, and I think that's why they did that, but yeah. Yeah, I don't hate the Mustang. I want to be very clear. I don't hate it. It's not for me the type of game I play. I definitely see the value in it. It's just I don't have that love affair that I think a lot of people have with it. You say Invictus for the Starlancer? That's very possible. Yes, F8C and F7A reminds you of the Gladius and Arrow combos, right? But the thing is, both are super valid options. Like if you have an F7A and you have an F8C, I have 2 F8Cs and I have an F7A, and I'll probably end up with the Super Hornet, or not the Super Hornet, but if they do a Heartseeker or Wildfire variant, I'll end up with one of those. But it'll still have to replace something, so I have to figure out what that's going to replace. But we'll see. We'll see. I want a 2-person variant, but I don't just want the Super Hornet. I think it was the Heartseeker that's the modified. I think that's the modified Super Hornet, right? Yeah. If they do a Mark II Heartseeker, I think I would get that. I'm very, if you don't know, like the only ships at this point, because I'm pretty much done with my fleet. Like I don't have anything else to purchase. If I do need to purchase something, I can melt something to purchase it. So I'm pretty much done putting money into the game, unless it's purchasing ships to give away to you guys. So I do still have a few ships, you know, that I have to give away this month. I have ships I'm giving away next month. And you know, I give away ships every month, and of course I give away ships on the streams. So I will end up putting money into the game, but not for me, really. It'll really only be like Warbond CCUs. I talked about it on my fleet video that there's 2 or 3 ships that could make me spend money that don't exist yet, that haven't even been, you know, leaked or anything yet, and like an Anvil Capital. But that might end up being like a melt situation. And then like another science ship. There's like, you know, another repair ship. Those are like 3 things that I could see me spending money on if they existed. But they just don't exist yet. So those are things I could see me spending money on, but everything else I'm pretty much good. I don't need to spend money on. But another caveat to that would be things that are extremely rare, or that I think are going to end up being rare. And what I noticed about the Mark 1s is that I didn't notice, but like the Heartseeker it wasn't like they kept selling it, but I didn't see a lot of people that owned it. And I didn't also know that it had like this different thing to it. So there's certain ships that if it's rare, I would consider it. If I think it's going to end up being rare, those are things that I could see me spending money on. Yeah, a Crusader Capital. I think everybody's going to end up with a Capital, though. Maybe not Kruger or anything. But that's another ship, like the Kruger. Like, I love what Kruger's done with just the 2 ships they have. I really like Kruger. Kruger is one of my favorite manufacturers. Speaking of which, I have to do favorite manufacturer video. I still owe you guys the roast my fleet video. I got a few videos that need to come out. So yeah, I'll be working on those over the next few days. But then I'll be off for like the Christmas thing. Like I'll probably still stream just to, you know, get some streaming done, but I probably won't be coming out with any videos once, you know, I think Saturday might be the last time you see a video from me for a while until after Christmas break. So yeah, just so you guys know where we're going. You have a feeling CIG will release one ship between now and 1.0 that grabs my attention? Like a new ship? Probably. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm giving these kind of caveats, because I do think it's very possible that they release some stuff. Consolidated Outland does need some ships, though. All right. All right, everybody. Let's go ahead and raid. Thanks, everybody, for watching. And I appreciate all the dual streamers. I appreciate everybody who gifted subs today and who did sub today. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We are going to Arc VR, and we're going to see what they're doing. So see you guys later. Have a good one. Arc VR is for mature audience, everybody. See you later, everybody.
Right, you go to the crypt, right?